Let's talk to Tim Harrison. He's the Head of Wealth Management at Linear Investments. A very good morning to you, Tim. Right, the week ahead, what are your thoughts?
Well, it's going to be an interesting one for the government and for traders on the back of the news with Carillion this morning. Obviously, a lot of sort of knock-on effects potentially there, not only for the government, which puts them in another sticky situation, but also their competitors, the likes of the Belgravias, etc., who may be in a position to, dare I say it, take advantage of this situation. More on a more pleasing note, obviously over the weekend and back end of last week, you saw the news for GKN come through. It looks as though that's really heating up, with Melrose putting out a tender to their investors saying this is why the deal should go through. So it's going to be an interesting week on the company front. A couple of companies to look out for reporting, the likes of your Burberry Groups, who will be reporting on their Christmas figures on the back of last week's retail numbers coming out from and the news from the House of Frasers, etc. It's going to be interesting.
Inflation?
You've got the data coming out later on this week, and again, one would suggest, or the suggestion from traders and investors is that you could see a lessening from the 3.1% figure towards the 3% figure, which is still some way ahead of the 2% expectation or dream that the government has. But it looks as though potentially the cogs of economics are really starting to work, and we are naturally retracting as opposed to anything that may be too detrimental to the wider scale, i.e. a rate rise to cure inflation. And
you obviously manage money. Are you fully invested at the moment?
Still not. Again, you've got the Dow, for example, another key figure coming up with the Dow. You've got the FTSE trading towards the 7,800 level. I mean, it's incredibly heady times. You've got the sterling rate is around about the 137.38 handle now. So there's a lot going on. And again, I'm desperately concerned that there is something around the corner, and I don't want to be in that position where I am fully gung-ho, like many have been historically, and get caught out.
Understood. And finally, political situation, is that a factor in terms of managing the portfolios at the moment?
Well, there's so much going on, both over here in the UK, obviously what's going on in the US, you've got Korea. There's a lot across the political landscape that is causing sort of fluctuations in the market. For now, it's a case of we are very much looking at companies, their fundamentals, where the demand is, where the opportunity is, and trying to avoid banana skins like the Carillions, which so many suggested back end of last year was a shot to nothing, a good punt. Hey presto, it was a bad punt.
Tim, thank you very much indeed.